What is shaking, guys? Welcome back. Disney has just announced when Star Wars Land Galaxy's Edge will open, and it's not too specific. So yes, Disney has announced when Star Wars Land is going to open, but like any other Disney way, they're not totally specific. But it is summer of 2019. So we have a year-ish. Now, summer for Disney kind of starts Memorial Day weekend, which is Monday this year. So what does summer mean as far as openings? Could it just say summer 2019? Does that mean late summer, early summer, or does that mean midsummer? Now, they did also say when Florida's Galaxy's Edge will be opening. They said late fall of 2019. They're specifically saying what time in the fall. So if they don't say anything and it just says summer 2019, does that just mean the middle of summer? So like late June through July? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see if they'll finally pinpoint. I mean, look how long it took them to pinpoint a day for Toy Story. For Toy Story Land, it took them, 4 months, 5 months ahead of time to finally say, hey, this is when it's opening. So I wouldn't expect to see really a specific date until 2019 actually rolls around. So we're still looking at like 9 months, 7 to 9 months before we really get any kind of detail about when the land will, like which day it'll actually open. If you ask me if they're saying summer 2019, I'm saying they're going to open it July 17th, 2019. And if you don't know, well, if you don't know what that date means, you probably aren't the biggest Disney fan. But even if you don't, I'm going to tell you July 17th is Disneyland's birthday. So I think they could kind of run it all together like, happy birthday, Galaxy's Edge. Kind of makes sense to me. So that is about all the information as far as Galaxy's Edge is concerned. Let's just hope Disney can hit their deadline. Because it's kind of hard to hit construction deadlines anywhere in California, let alone such a massive project like Star Wars Land. I mean, it takes one storm to set everything back in California because we don't get rain much, so nothing is rain-proof. So that's all it really takes, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited because that means I get another annual pass. So summer 2019, here we go. So Galaxy's Edge, that's about all the information I have. That's really the only breaking news that Disney released this week. So I'm just going to keep piggyback off last week that I kind of teased toward this week. And we're speaking of construction with Star Wars. What do you guys want to see Fantasyland? What do you want to see in Fantasyland? What do you want to see happen? We talked about it last week. There's a little chain of commands. And it seems that beforehand it was Fantasyland and then Tomorrowland. Now it's kind of Tomorrowland and then Fantasyland. And of course, both of these are after Star Wars and Marvel. When they go to do Fantasyland, what do you guys want to see? I've talked about this and probably all a year ago at this point. But now that we've had more time, more absorption, we're getting used to change. I mean, Star Wars Land is coming. Florida's getting Star Wars. They're just about to open Toy Story Land. So changes are coming. So we're kind of becoming used to changes. So if we're finally going to accept change, what do you guys want to see happen to Fantasyland? Do you want to see things moved around? Do you want to see a new attraction? Something new in general? What do you want to see? My easiest fix is get rid of the theater. The Fantasy Fair, I don't even know what they call it. The Fantasyland Theater where Magical Map is. Because I love Toontown. I don't want to see Toontown go. The only way I can see Disney getting away with this and keeping Toontown would be to tear down the Fantasyland Theater. if you want to go full-blown new Fantasyland like in Florida, you're going to have to get rid of Toontown. But let's just stay to keeping Toontown for now. So we keep Toontown, tear down the theater. Would you guys want to see a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? Another mountain? When you think about it, you take away all the space. Now I know there's some backstage areas that might not be able to get touched because of Galaxy's Edge and how much that ate into the backstage areas. But could you imagine riding storybook canals and having a giant mountain right behind it? When you're standing at Dumbo, you could look up and see a mountain behind Fantasyland. Would you guys be down for that? I mean, you can stand at Peter Pan, look up, and see the Matterhorn. Do you want another mountain behind Fantasyland? Between Toontown and Storybook, basically. No, there's a big gap there. There's a huge gap between where the Fantasyland Theater is and where the Storybook is. But to have a mountain there would be pretty awesome, I think. Now, I know it's only one ride, and I'd like to see more. But the way Fantasyland is, it's kind of already odd. I mean, you're already including the Matterhorn. At least one side of the track is Fantasyland. But then you just have this weird stretch that goes back to It's a Small World. And then you have Toontown. So Fantasyland is already kind of weird. So what's the difference if all of a sudden you have a new mountain attraction instead of a half-capacity show? I love Magical Map. Don't get me wrong. I don't want it to go anywhere. I mean, I'm ready for a new show, but there's nothing wrong with Magical Map. I just want to see more space utilized in Disneyland. Because Florida gets all this. I understand they have the space they built to accommodate space. That's the difference. Florida has space and was built for it. Disneyland was kind of thrown up and then everything sprawled around it and sucked it in. So, what do you guys want to see with Fantasyland? My suggestion is knock out the theater, put in Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. You could even take it out and throw in a couple little rides, and I'm still be happy as long as one of those isn't Frozen. I really don't want a Frozen ride. But anyways, let's just jump to Toontown, and I don't want to beat around because I think I've done like 3 different videos on Toontown. What would you guys want to? Would you guys give up Toontown to expand Fantasyland and have a huge Fantasyland where Toontown, the theater, and the backstage area in between the theater and the canal boats, all of that is torn out and becomes a new Fantasyland? I'd be okay giving up Toontown for that. Keep Roger Rabbit, get rid of everything else. I'm happy as long as Roger Rabbit doesn't go. If you have to take out Roger Rabbit with Toontown, then I don't want a new Fantasyland. And I want a new Fantasyland. So keep Roger Rabbit and you make me happy. So what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see Toontown go away for a new Fantasyland? And when I say Toontown go away, I am including the Fantasyland Theater. Or do you just want to see the Fantasyland Theater removed and thrown in an attraction? Something to suck up more people. Because we all know Disneyland is having a problem absorbing people. It is crowded whenever you go now. There's no off-season, in my opinion, at Disneyland anymore. Disneyland needs more rides. And taking out a theater performance and throwing in a ride? Yeah, I'll take it. So, leave your comments. What do you guys think? Or, while I'm at it, should you just leave it alone? Leave Disneyland how it is. 2 years ago, I would have said that exact same thing. So go ahead and leave a comment saying, leave it the same way. Brian, everything needs to be left the same. I'd be fine with it. You can leave everything the same. It won't bother me at all. I'll be happy. Because that means they're not putting a Frozen ride in. I have nothing against Frozen. I like Frozen. It's a great movie. I don't want to see a ride. No Frozen. Anyway, guys, that wraps up today's video. I know it was kind of sporadic, little jumpy, little bit around, but it was all centered around construction again. Because right now, that just seems to be the theme in California. Whether it's at the parks, on the highways, wherever, it's construction, 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 construction. So anyways, guys, leave your comments down below about anything you have about Fantasyland. What is your opinion about it? Do you want something else? Do you want it the same? Do you want things gone? Do you want things new? Whatever it is, leave a comment, and I'll be happy to read them and maybe share some with you guys. So anyways, guys, you guys should know the drill by now. If you haven't done so already, give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when other videos like this or other park adventure videos are uploaded. Happy Memorial Day. Enjoy yourselves. If you are at the parks, tell Mickey I say hi. And if you're not at the parks yet, it's gonna be crowded. It's a holiday. So anyways, guys, that about does it. I hope you guys all have a great holiday weekend. Be safe. Have fun. Don't get too much sun. Anyways, guys, take care. And I will see you all a little later.